That's the important shit. Okay. Get ETA on Ash, because I think she's on her way home. Okay. Oh, I'm a mixed of all fucked right now. I'm I'm sick and I have like the weirdest mix between like hot flashes and chills. So I have the window open. It's currently 59 degrees outside. And I have a weighted blanket on top of me. So I am just gonna be either in perfect zen or in absolute hell for the next 4 hours.
Let's do video tonight.
You know, how about you go fuck yourself? My hair is an absolute mess. I haven't even cleaned the left eye of my glasses yet. I can't even see out of this shit. I'm out of the Walking fucking Dead right now. You know what? We do that. 15 minutes? Fuck. We can stall for like 15 minutes, right? I'm fine with doing the recap without Mustang, but I don't want to. I don't want to start because we have important shit that needs to happen with everybody. Yes, oh. Secrets must be revealed, and I don't want her to miss it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
What's some fun bullshit that I can bring up? Secrets, yes. Oh, while I was making people's items, or at least looking over the majority of them, I think earlier yesterday, one of my coworkers was looking at it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool! Like you play D&D and stuff like that." And they went, "Blah, blah, blah, blah." And I gave them the recap of the campaign and all of you guys' characters, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they looked at Mammoth and they're like, "Why is there just a literal child? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't fit in."
No, he doesn't.
And then they brought up they brought up a lot of very good points about how half the party is just constant trauma. I'm like, that's every D&D game
Yeah, I
though,
was gonna
right?
say.
Like, let's be real. There's a lot of it for
Yeah,
sure.
dude.
But also they brought up the fact that two people have very large kill counts already, despite the game being very young. I was like, yeah, yeah, both the dark ones. But we don't talk about that.
Um, you'll get a kick out of this, Dom. My hubby was sitting here one day, and like my headphones were loud enough that I had one headphone off while he was there because we were kind of chatting, and somebody rolled like a perception check, and you and the little sharkies came along and sharks. He's like, no wonder it takes you guys an entire session to RP.
Adorably funny, but also am I the only one that's hearing Reese?
Nope.
Going
Okay, no, I
disgusting?
was gonna ask.
Okay.
I was about to check my internet.
I was
It
too.
looked very weirdly over at my internet connection.
Okay, I was.
Oh man.
Oh, Reese
like,
got trapped in the void
is something
again.
wrong, Mike? What's going on?
It's
Your
going in
mic
and out.
is like cutting in and out, but I think it's your connection.
Yeah, because we're still hearing everything you're saying. It's just like
Man,
extended.
it's
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just talking to myself. It's all right, guys.
talking to the moon. Hello.
Is that better?
A little, but I concern. Oh,
No.
my end too.
fuck. Oh god, Discord is not your friend. Was it like this last week? I forget. I don't
No,
think so.
I
I'm
don't
supposed
think
to be
so.
getting. I've told myself 100 times to buy myself a landline. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Land-
Damn.
Calling in.
The
Yeah.
dial-up.
How's D&D going? Fuck, we're all dead.
Just an Ethernet cable, but I don't know. I feel like my internet's getting gradually worse the longer I'm in this room. I don't understand.
What company
The
do you
router
guys have
has
up there?
Starlink.
Oh, really?
Darling. Interesting.
Yeah, but the router's a bit shitty for distance, and my computer is about you're gonna laugh about 12 feet away, but in a room, so the walls interrupting this.
Wait,
connection.
you're not in the same room as your computer?
Router.
Oh,
The
he's your
the
router.
internet
Oh, it's your
router.
Okay, I
router.
was also
Okay. I
confused.
thought your
I'm like,
PC was
that
in a
might
whole
be-
Wait,
ass different room. And I
You're
was
only
about to
12
fucking
feet
die
away from
laughing.
your router?
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
yeah. I don't know. No, but there's a wall in the way. I don't know. It's kind of garbage. The the connection's bad. I feel like it's gotten gradually worse though in the last like month, which was weird. But just get myself an
honestly,
Ethernet
same.
cable, and then
My
fine.
internet, like every time I have to bounce the router or something like that, it just completely resets all the settings. So I have to go into the fucking Nighthawk app and set it
No.
up like it's fucking brand new, and
Oh
it's
my
so
god.
annoying to bring down my fucking laptop, plug it into the modem for the Ethernet cable, set up the network again. It's such a fat fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel that.
We've got, I don't know if you guys across the US have like Gateway, the where it's the optical.
Yeah.
Gateway.
Man, that stuff we rarely have an issue with since switching to that.
That's good.
Nice.
There's so much shaving.
I was gonna say you get a fucking
Oh,
massage.
sorry.
Wasn't me this
I,
time.
I had a dog toy that was underneath my chair. I accidentally hit.
That's sure what it sounded like.
I will literally show you a picture of this right fucking now.
Ew, gross. I don't want to see that.
It is a ball that is meant to promote
Ew.
young puppy teeth falling out. I don't. Fuck. You
Oh,
know what? All right, I'm not gonna go into this.
for
I'll
what
not
it's worth,
justify
I
myself.
believe you.
I hope so. I pray I've not put out that.
Show his balls, dude.
Yeah, my singular ball. Sorry,
Just
I lost
one.
the other one in the war, in the arcane detonation.
Damn.
Anyway, ugh, what a great fucking start to this night.
Best session.
Mustang, hurry up. Ash, I need you.
So you making any Lego creations recently?
Oh my god. For context of everyone else, I got a message at like what? Was it 4 p.m. yesterday?
I don't know.
It was a random time at 8 p.m. saying random question, are you a Lego master? I was like, I didn't even know what you were talking about. I was just like, do you mean I support Legos? Like, do I have a large collection? I don't know. And Ghibli was some Lego master who also, their name was Dom and sounded somewhat like me and looked like me. Because, you know, Kipley lives in my walls.
Yeah, because all Doms look alike.
They do.
True.
They
True.
do. Look, I've only
mean,
seen
hey.
you like twice, and I don't even remember those sessions.
I have met a few other Italians named Dom, and I think it is kind of true. We all do somewhat similarly look alike.
Are you Italian?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know what the laughing means either.
I don't either. No,
Italian. Nice.
I like information. I don't know. I just gather information.
I like you. Your social security number? Ooh, tell me more. Oh my god.
Say it out loud and she just fucking giggles.
Stop. Okay, I'm just.
Oh! Damn.
Oh my god, stop.
I definitely meant to mute, but that was a
Yeah. Oh my god. For some reason, I briefly glanced over at Discord and I thought that was somebody's foot not making the Italian chef's kiss sign. It's like, why? How are they making it look like that? Oh god.
I don't know, but if I tried to do that, I would get the gnarliest cramp.
Carpal
my foot.
tunnel. Oh fuck! If I made your hands, it's like typing 24/7. Destroyed hands. Gang gang.
Too busy gaming, dude.
Yeah. Too busy hitting those 360 no scopes. How secret is he constantly DMs if his hand mushes? Exactly. Exactly. See, that's why I had to turn off the camera because I couldn't let you guys in on the secret. You can't know my inner DM thoughts. Alright, wait, let's hit. We pray that Ash just happens to have the timing of the gods and joins in when we're done or halfway through. So, let's see how good my brain is, because I barely wrote any notes down for what happened last time. Fuck it, we bowl! Last time in D&D. All of you came out alive, surprisingly so. The only people that really died were the fishmen that Mustang convinced to join him. And your friend Reginald almost died at literally 1 HP. After the fight was over, you had a little bit of a rundown going for all the loot. Sadly finding that Marrow don't have a lot of gold. Hey, what did I say? There we go. Hey, Mustang, we literally just started the recap.
I made it.
Perfect timing.
Oh.
Yeah, sadly found the Marrow not really that rich. They are sea creatures who live at the bottom of the ocean, who scavenge off of corpses of other sea creatures. They're not exactly rolling in the dough, but the one person who was the strange ice wizard who you ended up killing, as Kipley finally hit their Eldritch Blasts. Yippee. And you went for their stuff and found a few different things, one of which was a cloak of protection, which was hilarious because Mustang put it on, but it doesn't immediately attune, so for the next hour, Mustang's going to be rolling around with an 11-foot cloak. The crown, which, after being identified by your lovely Evelyn Gray, you found out was not an artifact that could be used by one. Hey now. It was not an artifact that could be used by one person, but an artifact that could be shared amongst the group as a reawakening tool or an idol that could be used as a way to communicate with whomever was capable of giving you these reawakenings. But before we got there, Evelyn had an entire lore dump about herself, about the monarchs, about gods, about the entire world itself. And literally rock some of you to your core with the extent of these stories. First of all, you found out that Evelyn is in fact a unawakened. Without her violin, she is literally nobody, and can die extraordinarily easily. With it, she is one of the most powerful beings in this realm, and killed a minor deity known as the Child of the Monarch of Monsters, and can take its form as a terrifying, but honestly gorgeous piece of artwork that I adore forever, as the Forsaken Champion. A terribly grotesque four-armed female monster that while you're standing within its presence and have your eyes open, a lot of you either physically couldn't move, fell to the ground prone in fear, or just simply found yourselves unable to think at all. The lore of this was explained that before the primordial spark, before the prime material plane exists, the monarchs were there first. However, not all of them as equally powerful. As she mentioned, the dragon, the monarch of dragons, the one who protects Paradise Peak, is one of the weakest of the monarchs. So while some of them may be these strange eldritch-esque beings that just live within the prime material plane out of their own convenience, she warned that some of you who wished to better yourselves, mainly Maeve, and take on threats that would be out of this realm and beyond the title of a god slayer, as your grandfather took on, you should probably take a very long time to do so, and not plan on doing it alone, because it's basically physically impossible. But nevertheless, you also got a little bit of a goodbye and a little bit of info on Zarbok. Your little buddy, the one marrow that lived, was told that he could go free. He took good old fashioned Garbok's lance, and headed on out. But not before you guys did some Speak with Dead. We had a little bit of an interesting conversation with the few of the Dead Marrow, and the Ice Queen. The Ice Queen told you jack shit. As the person that you murdered isn't really compelled to tell you much. She did end up telling you that whoever her master was, whoever bequeathed her this strange, kind of piled together army or militia of goblinoid and fish creatures, was aware of your presence and watching you, whoever that could be. And then you also talked with Garbok the Destroyer, and got a little information about the primordial spark. Not a whole lot, but you basically gathered that it's some sort of idol of worship, or some sort of like deity-esque figure within the Aquan religion. But besides that, we just did a whole bunch of sad RP time. As Evelyn and Reese took a minute to themselves, headed over to the ship, and went through a ritual to release the hundreds of souls trapped within Minion after what we know as the catastrophic event on Reese's home dweller. Caused a whole lot of people to die and get trapped within Minion's body when she turned it to a living flesh golem. Wanting to set them free, they went for the ritual, and all but one left, as the only one that was left hovering about was Damien, a small little child who, as was explained to you briefly in life, seemed to be blind and deaf, and hadn't really seen much of the world until you gave him a new life in Minion. So asking if he could stick around to continue seeing what is this brand new world to him, you said yes, and his little blue spirit enveloped your form and is now currently awaiting a new host. So, with that, I am trying to remember if I forgot anything else important. I think that was about it. You went through the ritual with Evelyn to absorb the crown's power, and you had a very brief moment before we ended the session where every single one of you had a similar vision of a throne room with a strange army lining up at a near endless hallway leading up to a shadowy-esque feminine form sitting on the throne where you couldn't really make out any defining features or traits. The harder you looked, the more blurry the actual creature was. But you did hear their laughter and their line of go out and cause more chaos. Some sort of bond or power was holding this artifact to a monarch you've not heard of before, but know the name of now, the Monarch of Mischief. This is who the crown belonged to. And that's where we ended the session. That's where we're going to pick up the session. After you all come out of the vision, you can see you're kind of getting out of the kumbaya circle, one by one, letting go of each other's hands, just kind of looking around, trying to ground yourselves in reality after that strange experience. You can see Evelyn is just kind of looking around at all of you with a curious and interested look. And whose passive perception is above a 16 here? I know a few of you. Damn, Rick, this
What's
is a
me?
20?
I
Mine is.
know. I don't know what caused it to be that high either.
Oh, it's because you got advantage. It's because of the Sentinel Shield.
Oh,
You
that's
get
right.
advantage on
Oh.
perception checks, so you get a
Yep,
+5 to your passive.
that's right.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
So 20. Rip Kipley. Rip Pearl. Oh, wait, no, Pearl just makes it. Mustang. Oh my god, you guys are all perceptive now. Holy.
You'd be perceiving.
I don't have to ask Maeve because yours is like 1,000. Reese, yours is low, right? Yours is like 13,
Oh, yes.
14? Okay, good.
It's 12?
12? So basically everybody except for Reese and Kipley. Oh, that's so sad because this is the two people who would care. Notice that as Evelyn's looking around at all of you, and like you can see the reaction on her face is like excitement, curiosity mixed into one. She hovers briefly over Pearl, and you see confusion and a slight bit of concern before she continues looking at everybody else. And upon opening all of your eyes, you'll notice that when you look at each other, everybody has golden tears flowing out of them and are glowing in a slight orangish aura. That's where we're going to pick up tonight. So, with this newfound feeling about and strange golden tears running down your faces, what would you like to do?
Is the item still intact, or is that now spent and just done? What did it touch?
You look towards Evelyn, who is holding the crown, and you see no trace of it.
Right. Well, that was fun. Should we camping out here tonight? Are we thinking of booking off for the night, getting out, finding a way out of the cyclone of water up ahead, up top? Maybe just walk through the walls, see what happens.
Evelyn's eyebrow raises.
Right, I'll give it a go.
What do you mean, walk through walls?
The big bubble.
Oh, right, you were telling me about that earlier. Okay. When you say, like, the bubble, do you mean like a physical bubble? Or do you mean like an air pocket? Like, does it have like a shiny, flimsy surface, or is it like just a pocket of air?
I don't really know the difference.
One is like something that you blow and children adore, and one is like a strange phenomenon. Well, both are strange phenomenon, I guess, but one is, man-made.
The water doesn't come down and crush us. It's like held up by something. I'm not sure what it is.
Very useful. Well, how do you all feel first off? You seem extraordinarily calm for going through a reawakening.
I'm a little peaked. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, I
My
She
could
thanks
looks
eat.
for
around
the
at
white
everyone else.
tears. I would like to take a nap, perhaps a long one, an 8-hour nap.
I could go for a rest as well.
Same.
Do you feel any difference?
I feel very tingly.
I'm
Heartier,
hungry.
stronger, faster, can cast better spells.
Yup.
Can we?
I feel a little stronger.
Only a little. I thought there was more in that thing. Huh, maybe I was wrong.
Well, I don't want to overstate it.
I
Hmm.
feel like only time can tell. It just happened, maybe something crazy is going to happen later, and we just don't know it yet. Because we haven't called upon it yet.
Sure. Seems understandable. Well, you all seem like you've had an eventful day. Why don't I just take watches while you all get some sleep? Huh?
Can I ask you a question, Evelyn?
Certainly. You just did.
Oh, okay. Earlier you had mentioned that you could commune with the dead if we had a close connection to them.
Oh yes.
So if I like gave you the name of someone, would you be able to tell if you couldn't contact them, would that mean that they were still alive?
Uh, this has happened many times. Yes. When you don't know whether someone is dead or alive, and you want to find out, and you try and do it, it doesn't work. Yes. However, I highly recommend if you are not in a good mental state, it's sometimes best not to know. But if you would like to know, I can do it. But I just don't recommend it because most people think they want to know, but when they get the answer, it can be like devastating.
I understand. Um I think I want to know. I have
Oh,
to
that's
know.
what they all say. Um, I- who exactly is this person to you?
It would be my little sister. Her name's Alina
Oh,
Nordrum.
oh no.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I
Yes.
really don't want to be the one to tell you your little sister is dead, if she is dead.
I'll be okay. I think I can handle it.
Wait, what was the last circumstances that you had when you last saw her? Was it like dire or like unknown or
No, I mean the last time I saw her, everything was normal.
so
It was
this is
just
just
a
like you checking up?
yeah.
And that's kind of fucked up.
Well, we've been separated for 20 years, and
20 years.
I'm just trying to find her.
All right.
You never
Did
mentioned
you
this
leave her
before.
with
It's
parents
never really
or
came up. I'm sorry. What?
did you leave her with somebody, someplace?
She was with my mom, um,
Okay.
but the town I'm from got destroyed. Like the ground just
Okay.
rumbled up, destroyed the town. Um,
I
some
assume
other
this is not
situations
from
had happened.
Paradise Peak then.
No, I'm from a town called Mistrin.
Mistrin. Mistrin. Let me see if it rings any proverbial bells.
Kipley would kind of scamper
Ooh,
over and just kind of hunker down next to Rictus, just kind of close by.
uh, Mistrin. Isn't that the mining town? No?
Yes.
You have yeah, I forget your main export. Some sort of crystal? Crystal, rock, was it an ore? It was something else. I haven't been there in, I don't know, decades, but I remember hearing about it a few years ago.
It was more just metals, precious metals. Um,
Are
but
you sure?
we did have moments of finding certain crystals.
Hmm. Maybe it was something else if you don't remember it being your main export. Well, actually, I take it back. My main exports and other people's main exports don't really align. Because, you know, certain things for spell components and for specific arcane uses that you don't usually find because they're illegal. Yeah. Sometimes you'll be surprised by your own hometowns for what exactly they offer. Like, did you know Paradise Peak is the easiest place to find Sudafed?
Do
No,
you
I didn't know that.
do you think you could actually do the spell now?
I just wanted to make sure that he's prepared for this because, boy, when I get taken over by the spirits of the dead, there's nothing I can do to like stop them from saying things. So if they be like, "Oh, take this. You're the reason that I died. You should feel ashamed of yourself." Then I have to live with that. That I said that to him, and then he's gonna feel really sad, and I can't do anything about it.
Well, he's among friends.
Hmm.
Okay, sure. What is their full name?
Alina Nordrum.
Al- Alina Nordstrom. Do you have
Nordrum.
Nordram?
Yes.
Oh, Nordstrom, Nordram. You have a very funny name. You kind of like, Nordstrom. But anyway, um, okay. Do you have a item, something related to them? Perhaps a letter from them, a lock of hair, uh, family greeting card.
I have this locket that it has
That that will do.
okay. He takes off
She
the
takes the
locket,
locket.
yeah, and hands it over to her.
Okay. I'm going to say a few words that you will not understand, but Elaine? Eleanor?
Alina.
Elena.
Alina
Elena
Nordrum.
Nordrum. If you are past the veil, please come forth and greet your brother, Rictus Nordrum, for he seeks answers from beyond the grave. And then she begins chanting in that same language that none of you understand, and it is. It sounds like if what you think a banshee's wail could get put into its own language. It's just different whispers mixed in with uh, just absurd sounding voweled consonants, all the above. And after a few moments, see her eyes kind of slightly roll back. You see nothing but the pearly whites of excuse me in her eyes, and the area around her begins to slightly glow, and then immediately diminishes, and her eyes roll back to normal. Ooh, okay. we skipped a major event I did not want to partake in. It didn't work.
He kind of breathes out
That
heavily,
means
like a
that
sigh of
either
relief.
a creature like a patron or eldritch deity has taken her soul and consumed it, and it is no longer accessible to the primaterial plane, or she is still alive. But I think it's the latter.
I mean, you're pretty much saying there's still a chance, so that's all I need. Just a little bit of
Yeah,
hope.
sure.
Would you
Thank
like
you,
to
I
find
appreciate
your
it.
sister, Rictus?
Yes, that's one of my goals. Find her.
Reese smiles a little bit and just pats on your shoulder. I can help you.
Thank you.
We can all help you. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So maybe we take a long rest. Does that sound good to everyone?
For sure, yes.
Yes,
That
you
sounds
can all
so
have
good.
your rest. I will watch over you.
Team, a huddle, and he's gonna gesture for everyone to come over him, away from Evelyn.
You see Evelyn starts walking towards you and then sees that you're walking away from her. She goes, "That is fine. I will be right here. I can still hear you."
Well, she can hear me, but I'd like to at least pretend to be discreet about it. Do we trust her to watch us while we sleep?
I could have killed you about half an hour ago.
I mean, she has already killed like a monarch and
A monarch's child.
monarch's child, and we got her the thing back, and we've healed
Yes,
her.
you did. I'm very thankful.
Feel like we're kind of more of a fly on
Hi,
the wall to
Evelyn.
her than any sort of
Hi.
significance otherwise.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, that was the best team meeting we've ever had.
Yeah, glad we all can
With
agree.
a short
I
rest.
really like this force.
Maybe it's because we have a name now. Maybe we're feeling more cohesive.
The
Well,
name still
there's
doesn't make sense.
no, it makes sense. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's
You
only
do the
4 of us
counting
over here,
again.
but it works. All right, we're gonna make a campfire because that's what you do when you're going to bed down. Evelyn, you're all right keeping watch at the entrance.
You know there's a whole ass ship over there. Could just sleep in that, but if you want to make a campfire, you can do that too.
Oh my god,
Do you have
Evelyn.
any inflection in your voice other than that?
This is just very fun to say while I'm far away from all of you.
I agree. All right, do the ship.
Have a nice rest. But before you go, Maeve, can I talk to you for a second? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's so good.
Maeve looks quizzically me.
No, the other Maeve. Yes, you.
Sure.
Okay, everyone else have a wonderful night. Oh my goodness, I was almost stuck in that tone of inflection. So, and she kind of waits for everyone else to walk away to the ship. Does anyone try and stay around, or y'all just go ahead and head in for rest?
Reese goes in.
I think Kipley would stay at the edge, not listening, but just kind of watching, as if like waiting for the others.
Sure. Mustang, everyone else. Mamoof.
Yeah, I'm following everybody to the boat.
That's staying.
Yeah, it's just Stangy's going. He's
Oh,
gonna go see if there's anything fun to do on the boat.
We can get rid of these bodies.
well, surprise, surprise. It's a boat. Sure. So, while everyone walks away, Evelyn kind of pulls you to the side. Not actually pulls you, but just begins to walk away far over to the corner while everyone else goes and waits on the ship. Um, and as she's walking, she goes, "So, Maeve, I take it from the body language, the fighting style, the matching tower shields, and the fact that I heard her call you babe, that Pearl is your beloved?
Yes, Pearl's my one.
She's your wife? Oh, congratulations, very nice. Um, how long have you known Pearl for?
How long have I known Pearl? It's this has been it's been decades. I know it's been
At the
decades.
bare minimum, you've been
It's been
married for over
decades.
like 20 years, so
Okay.
it's been a while. In total, I'll leave it up to you for later discretion, but I'd say the bare minimum of 50 plus years.
Like 50 years or something like that.
50 years? Okay, all right. And
It's 50, 50.
50. Oh, okay, okay. During this time of 50 years, uh have you seen her perform these awakened feats before?
No, I haven't. So the last awakening. Why do you ask?
No reason at all, really. Just curious. Kind of gives
Why?
you a gives you like a little slight smirk.
What do you notice?
I don't know if it would hurt or help you to find out, so I'll let her tell you about it. Just wanted to know if you knew, but you don't. You
You
and
can
your
make me
wife have
privy.
some talking.
What's the? What did you notice?
Nothing at all. Nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, you're lying. I noticed you noticed something.
Oh, you noticed that I noticed, but you didn't notice what was being noticed. So clearly it is
I
not of notice to you.
okay. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. And I'm sure whatever it is, she'll communicate it when she's prepared to.
Okay. You start to walk away.
Uh, she just waits, and if Evelyn is done with the conversation,
Everyone
then
just stares at you.
was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, well, have a good night. Don't mind any kind of like of the noises, I have to do some training and
Hey, that is a training. I know what you're talking about.
I wish that was what I was talking about. No, I
Oh, you're talking about the
legitimately.
actual train? Oh, yeah, that's not the song.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
necessary.
Good night, mate. It's just only, it's just this weird ball that I got from my dog, quote unquote. You know, the one I killed when I awakened.
Oh
Fun,
God,
fun
yeah.
little Maeve's backstory. So as you start walking away, she goes, "Are you sure you don't want to know?"
I asked you. I legitimately asked you what it was. What do you mean? Do I want to know? Yes.
I just, just checking in if you still wanted to know or not.
It wouldn't change in 3 seconds. I don't believe that's how the mind works.
Well, it could change how you view your wife.
I don't think there's
Very
much that was.
juicy.
You can tell me. I have asked already for you to tell me.
Are you sure? Can
I'm
I get it on
positive.
written paper that you said that you told me to tell you?
I
I'm
don't
kidding.
think that's necessary. Okay.
You're so Philippine. All right. Well, come back. Come back. I will tell you.
Okay. I feel like you wanted to dramatize as much more than you
Absolutely.
needed to do. Oh, okay.
I don't have that. I don't have a lot of conversation with people. Most people that I meet either run in fear or die.
Mhm.
So this is fun for me.
You're a bard, aren't you?
Oh, extremely. Do I know how many songs I've made over the past, I don't know, 20 years? I
Maybe a
don't know. I
lot.
lost count, but it's a lot.
Yeah, that
Like I
doesn't.
make at least like two per year, and then I have to make like two sub genres based off of that, and that's another two songs. And then after that, people just demand more, so then I have to write another one because you can't end on the two good ones. It's a whole thing.
Sounds like you don't have a lot of friends.
No, no. Friends is not a word that I am familiar with. Well, I know what the word means, but I just don't have them. Nordstrom is my friend, though. He is one of the few people in the world that understands the mix between freedom and drug-induced freedom.
Is Nordstrom your friend, or is he just someone of like-minded?
Oh no, I've known Nordstrom for years.
You
He's
can know
actually
someone
one.
for a long time
He's the
and not
first
them not be your friend.
person that taught me how to imbue other magical items into another magical item.
So a teacher.
I guess you could say that.
It's not a friend.
Well, we still talk every now and then. I stop by, we have chats.
Is it
Sometimes I
about
bring
work?
him drugs, sometimes he brings me drugs.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Is it ever not about
Sometimes we do
like work?
drugs together.
Okay, well, maybe you are friends actually. Maybe you do trust.
Maybe you're friends of your dealer. It's
You
a
do drug.
complicated relationship as he is a sponsor and I am me, so we're both very busy. And I'm constantly being hunted by a moving island, but we don't need to get into that.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
so
That's
back to your
okay.
wife's juicy lore.
Yeah,
I perchance noticed there was something a bit off about her. When everybody went into your trance, did you happen to notice anything, I don't know, different?
did I notice anything different?
You take a second to think about it. Go ahead and make me a history check. I'm just say just flat. It's a
History.
low DC because you have a pretty decent perception. Nice, 18 clears it. You notice that you think back in your mind of like, okay, I go back for the vision that I got when I saw the Moniker Mischief, and specifically what I said was, you each saw each other while you're in the vision, so you could see each other standing next to one another. Pearl was not in the vision.
Hmm.
And now that you think
Um,
back, how she's kind of dancing around another line, you have an extremely high passive perception too. Yours was underneath the DC to see exactly what happened, but you remember you saw Evelyn look at Pearl after the little seance was done. And you remember seeing everybody's eyes with golden tears and slightly, ever so slightly glowing orange skin. Pearl's was not.
yeah. A few minor things.
Think about
Uh,
it, Maeve. I think your wife is hiding something from you. But you can
hey,
talk about her, you can talk to each other in your own time and stuff. I just wanted to bring it up in case you didn't know, because that seems like, something that your beloved would share with you, surely. Not causing any drama, I swear. Not on purpose.
I'm certain if she doesn't want to communicate it now, that there's a reason that she doesn't desire to.
Might be
And
because she is hiding it from you. Not causing drama, again, just trying to bring up reasons.
she's still her own person, and if she decides to maintain secrets, I cannot control what she does.
No, you can't control everybody or anybody unless you have magic that says that you can do so.
Yes.
But
Enchantment, the most evil of the magics.
you don't know. Not that you know of, honey. Have you seen what illusion magic can do to people? Not great things.
Yeah, I
Ah,
haven't seen a high tier illusionist yet, but yeah. No, anyway,
you get my point.
she will. I'm sure that if it pertains to something important, that she may need
Mm-hmm.
time to process and
Mm-hmm.
fully
Of
understand it.
course, yes, of course. And 50 years
So,
is a long time to process something. 20 years of, you didn't say that part, but 50 years of knowing each other, that's a long time to process. Plenty long, don't you think?
yeah, everyone has their own pacings for when they're ready to speak about the
Mm-hmm.
things.
Oh, no, of course. I 100% agree with you. But, you know, she hasn't taught you yet.
Maybe it's a recent development.
I don't think so. If you are picking up what I am putting down, then you should know it would not be recent. Are you picking up what I am putting down?
I'm picking up the sentiment that there's something she's hiding, and
A little
that
more.
if she didn't awake, are you saying that she's already above the tier of awakening that we were at?
Dong dong dong. Opposite of ding ding ding.
She's no, I'm not. I'm not picking up what you're putting. You can just be playing with it. I didn't know.
I want you to get it for yourself, though, so you have that earning it, so not just giving it to you. What is the opposite of what you just said?
Her not being of the same level. I don't.
Hmm, wrong again, but closer. You are getting warm, as they say, in the waters after you pee in them.
It's disgusting.
But it's true, the ocean is just the entire wave of peace. Think about all the sea creatures and monsters that you're swimming in. All peace.
Yeah.
Not the poo, too.
Oh, you're saying piss. I thought you said
Peace.
peace.
Peace. No,
Uh,
peace. Like it comes out of you. My accent has that effect on people sometimes. It's just a piece of. I'm a little piece of.
I didn't see the glow. Are you? No, she. I've seen Pearl be awakened before, right? Or like did I? She had a
You've never
glow.
witnessed any of the awakenings before until
Yeah.
you saw the after effects of awakenings, but you never witnessed the actual awakenings. Unlike you being around your party members when they awakened.
But like when I look at her, does it glow? Does she glow like an awakened would?
Glowing is only there after recent awakenings. So it's not something that like is constant or that you would know of. In the same sense that the night after you defeated the woodland creatures, after Ada revealed her plot, all of you were glowing. Except for Pearl.
Wait.
Look, I'm just saying. As somebody who is extraordinarily powerful, but absolutely weak and useless without my instrument. Game recognizes game. And I think game might be hiding a big old secret from you.
I mean, but she. She has to be awakened.
She?
I mean, just because I haven't witnessed it doesn't necessarily mean that she is.
And she would never hide anything like that from her beloved, would she? After 50 years, you wouldn't think so. No, no, no. And even if she wasn't, I mean, how would she do all these things, like casting spells? Surely there aren't drugs that would do that, would there be? Only a drug addict would know, but whew, there's no drug addicts here. Ah, shame. I guess we'll never know. Well, good night, Maeve. I'm sure you have a lot to think about, and I have to go do patrols. She just kind of
Yes.
pats you on the shoulder and kind of begins to skip towards the hallway.
Maeve just kind of stares off for a bit, trying to recall any moment if she could recall seeing even the faintest of orange
Sure, go ahead and make
around
me another
Pearl.
history check.
Alright. Uh,
Natural 20. Come on. Nope, that's a 10.
just flat 10.
Well, definitely not remembering it. 10? No idea.
Maeve doesn't go back to the ship. She just
No.
she just I think she gets caught up in kind of the practicing and the training. She legit kind of does like sprints, bear crawls. I don't know if any of you have played football, but fucking suicides. She,
Oh, not the
yeah,
suicide, bro. She's in it
yeah,
bad.
In full armor. This
yeah,
woman is crazy.
uh, and then after she's like physically maxed out on the like the exercises, she'll go through kind of like routine training of like sword strikes and you know, play around with various different weapons. But she'll spend like the 4 hours she doesn't need to trance to just train.
While you're doing the training, at some point in the night, Evelyn returns, and you can see her just watching you from the sidelines. And about halfway through your training, you see her eyes kind of light up, as if she's just got an idea. And she kind of walks over to you and goes, Maeve, you don't have to answer this, but I think I have a really good idea. To help motivate you during your workout so that it can be more beneficial.
Listening, as she doesn't stop the train. She's
Okay.
probably like on set fucking 70 of like 20 push-ups.
Alright.
She
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Prepare to be amazed. Ba, 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 ba. I call this one. I actually don't have a name for this, but I call this motivation. And you see she takes out the violin and just slowly begins playing. And for those who recognize the song, you're absolute G's.
I don't know what the song is. Hold on. I'm gonna unmute it briefly.
Me finding any excuse to try and put this in after I heard this on Spotify.
I have no idea what that song is. But it does sound good. So,
Dangerous one.
fucking nice.
But she plays the violin for you. So you get a bardic inspiration to your athletics check.
Hey. Yeah. You want me to make an athletics check?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. That is what's her bardic?
It is a D12.
D12. Ooh, nice.
Oh, we got potential. Oh,
Oh, you
yeah.
bitch!
So,
All right, cool. That D12 fucked me.
the music
That's nice.
does not help whatsoever. You actually find that most of your workouts comes from you enjoying the peace and quiet of like being in your own thoughts kind of moment, and her doing this just ruins the vibe. Yeah, but you kill the workout though.
Hell yeah. Damn, a D12 and a 1.
Yeah,
A
that's
1
gotta
is what
suck.
you get. You fucking bitch. All right, cool.
But while all that's happening, anyone doing anything in the ship? Anything else before bed?
I'm exploring.
Sure. Are you just looking for anything interesting?
Yep.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Mustang would like to do the same thing.
You can give me one as well.
Epic.
17.
Ooh. Oh, a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. Are you guys looking together? Or are you looking at like separate parts of the ship at different times?
I don't
I'll leave
know.
that to you guys.
It's up to Ash.
Mustang enjoys Mammoth's company. He'd want to go with him.
Okay. So, as you're both perusing the ship, you notice that as you look for a captain's quarters, you can't necessarily find it. Like, you're looking throughout the entire bond ship. It's just a bunch of different cargo rooms. You see some general bedding areas for the crew. You can also tell with this
Yeah.
National 20 investigation check, this is an old ass ship. This is not recent like the small boat that crashed in with Evelyn. This is fucking at least 300, maybe 250 years old. As you're looking at one of the beautiful ornate paintings on the ship, Mustang, you're just kind of observing its beauty and taking in a gorgeous art of what looks like to be a gorgeous painting of what looks like to be an artistic take on an older Paradise Peak. You see the island looks similar, but the Dreaming City is way smaller, and there's a lot more like overgrown jungle and forests. And as you're taking in the painting, you're just in awe, and you look down as Mammoth is kind of like taking his finger and kind of like poking it around the painting, and his finger goes right through it.
Ooh.
And both of you just look at each other with like a bazinga moment.
Um. Well,
Let's leave.
no, I want to go in there.
Let us leave.
I didn't do it.
Mammoth pieces out.
Here, if anyone asks, they'll say I did it. I poked a hole in it, and
Okay,
he's
yeah.
gonna. Then he's gonna stick his head through the painting just to get a vibe, and if it seems safe, he'll remove the painting.
Yeah. You step through it and you realize the painting is an illusion. It
Oh,
is not a
okay. I thought you said
physical
he punched a
painting.
hole. Whoops.
No. No worries. You look through and you see the captain's quarters. A beautiful, luxurious bed. That is it's a queen size bed, opposed to all the other ones which are terrible hanging hammocks. Um, Gorgeous interior. You can see there's a large couch. There's what looks like to be a number of different like candle operas. There's kind of like floating about the actual ship.
Ooh,
Um, and none of them are lit at the moment, but you very could
fix
very
that.
easily light them.
I can fix that.
Absolutely. But yeah, like it doesn't seem to be anything extraordinarily interesting about it. Just small, different, innate magical trinkets and just effects that seem to be still going on despite uh, whoever or whatever cast this might have been. But with a
Okay.
natural 20,
Ooh,
go ahead and roll me a d6.
a D6. Okay. Let's get saucy.
Saucy.
A 5.
5?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I love when chance gets brought up. You see there's a very weathered but small map that is laid out on the desk at the very edge of the room. And as you take a look at it, you notice it doesn't look like to be an above ground overall terrain or map out of a city or a town or even an island. Um, as you look at it, Mustang, can you give me a history check with advantage?
Okay. Okay, first one is a dirty 20. Second one is a 17. So dirty 20.
Hi, dirty 20. That is more than enough. As you're looking at it, it doesn't immediately dawn on you because you personally haven't been here, but you at least know what it is. It is a intricate map of a mine,
Oh.
and you see half of the top of the titles been eroded away by time, but you see it begins with MYN.
Hmm. Man. Mine's always got to see. They seem to have a way of following me. But he's gonna roll up this map and put it in his bag, and then he's gonna stick his head back out of the painting. Is Mammoth still there?
Yeah.
He's just waiting outside. Oh, he's
Now,
adorable.
I just think that you and I stumbled upon the best place to sleep here in this ship. And he's gonna motion
Uh-huh.
for Mammoth to come inside.
The painting's down, right?
No, it's I
The
suppose it's
painting is
still up.
still up, but Mustang just walks through it.
I don't I'm not sure if I would understand that it's an illusion and not Mustang being Mustang.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
actually true. You have seen him walk through walls before.
you coming or what?
I can't walk through that.
And he's gonna move through the painting, and I'm not sure Mustang would be sure the painting is an illusion either.
No.
Um,
Actually, yeah, with
so
the natural 20 investigation check, yeah, you are.
okay, well then he's just gonna be a bit of a little shit right now. So he's like, "Here, I'll help you," and you see he's gonna start moving his hands in like a weird contorted ways as if he's making symbols with his hands, and he starts chanting in primordial. And then you hear the sound of him hawking a loogie, and then he spits it out onto your forehead. There. Now you can do it. Come on.
Give
Hey,
me a
that's pretty
performance
cool.
check.
A performance check?
Yeah, just for the sake of sakes.
Okay.
Come on, Bard.
23.
23?
Yes!
It's a damn good ritual, Mammoth. It looks legit. You could walk for this fucking wall.
We'll walk
There.
through the wall then.
You walk for the painting, and you pass right through. It worked. And as you do, you see the same sights as Mustang, the floating candelabras, the very luxurious bed, and the rest of the very worn down captain's room.
So, you want the bed or you want the couch?
I'm not sure that I would fit super well on the bed, so I'll take the couch if you would like it.
Oh, sure. Whatever makes you happy, buddy. But I found this map in here, and he'll take the map back out, and he'll unfurl it and show it to Mammoth. Does this ring any bells for you?
I assume it doesn't.
No.
Yeah. Not really. It just kind of looks like a normal map.
It does not.
Oh.
Then again, I don't think you've seen many maps, so you would know.
Okay, well, thank you for your input, and he will put it back. I was just hoping, since it started with an M up there, and then that fancy material that Maeve made her armor out also started with an M. One could hope.
Sure.
To the point. And then he's gonna walk over to the bed, and he's gonna fall backwards onto it. And is it comfortable? Hopefully.
You fall back onto it, and a wave of dust goes up and lands on your face.
Oh well, I
Which,
mean,
funny
it's
enough,
just
it just kind of coats you in a layer of extra dust.
more blood for the blood god. Like, great.
Yeah. But it is extraordinarily comfortable, yes.
Excellent.
For anyone else, sitting in this much dust would be like a minor asthma attack, if not complete uncomfort. But you are the perfect person for this. This is home.
Mammoth, you might want to dust off the couch before you lay down.
Oh, alright, yeah. And I'll
Now-
use my little small hands and rub them all over the couch.
I use my small hands. I love it. Yeah. You clean it off. You just kind of get yourself as dusty as the couch was in the end, so nothing's really accomplished. But it looks at least more comfy if clean to sleep on.
Hell yeah.
But actually, wait, no, you have gust, so you can just blow the dust away if you want.
I could.
But I use my little hands. instead.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anything else from you guys?
Mammoth, do you like a light on at night, or do you like it in the dark?
Do you like a light on at night?
I don't care. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Okay. Dark it is. And he won't light any of the candles.
Light privileges revoked. Okay. While you're two doing that, anything from Reese and Rictus? I saw you or bring Rupert back, but
Yeah.
anything else for me too?
Not for me. He's just kind of focused on just getting him back up before he
Sure.
goes to sleep.
Reese? Oh no.
We lose her.
Oh.
I think
Put it in the RP channel for anyone
bad.
who's wondering.
And she's shown us what's good in RP chat.
Yeah.
Sad. Very sad.
Much sadness. Much badness. Okay. RP channel, sorry, no worries. Okay. If there's anything else, let me know. Kipley, are you doing anything?
She's just kind of sitting on the edge where the plank going up to the ship is, kind of her feet hanging off just to the edge, and just kind of swinging them, watching Maeve do a workout, kind of keeping an eye on just everyone that's on the ship that she can see.
Of course. Go ahead and make me perception check.
Great start. 9.
That's a Kipley roll I've never seen.
Yep.
Oh, we forgot to belittle you. I'm so sorry.
Thanks.
As, as you look around, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. At some part during the night, you can hear like muffled footsteps from coming from inside the ship. Tinkering noises. You hear the clash of metal as Maeve begins her workouts. But what you don't hear or see is Evelyn as she sneaks right behind you and just whispers in your ear, "What are you doing?" And you kind of like jerk in a fright as from your perspective, you didn't see or hear shit as she approached.
You shouldn't do that to people.
Hmm? You're
Sneak up
murmuring,
on
dear.
them.
I can't hear you from down there.
You shouldn't sneak up on people.
Oh, I walked right up to you. What do you mean?
Well, I was intently watching.
Oh, you weren't watching very well.
Well, I thought you were going to be watching at the entrance. That's what you said you were going to be doing.
Oh, yes, I was. They're dead.
Who's... Well, who? Who's
All
they?
of them.
All the ones we already killed? Or did you kill new ones?
Oh, the old ones are already dead, but I killed a few new ones at the entrance and stuck their heads on pikes. That's a good way to kind of keep them warded away for now.
It's kind of barbaric.
It's effective, but it is barbaric, yes. Would you prefer that I stuck them to the wall instead? Is there a new nuance that I've missed?
Exactly who did you kill?
Like free mirror? Yeah, they're right outside.
Did any of them have a spear?
Oh, yeah. Big old spears.
Right, I'm going to be right
I think
back.
his name was Zar or something?
Fuck off.
Back in with you. Hey, the coast was clear, so I came back to check on you guys. So, tell me, Kipley, what is your deal?
I don't deal in much.
Oh, but you really do. I can tell. You make lots of deals, don't you, little warlock?
Alright, well, those weren't really ones that, you know, they were kind of made in haste, and I don't really see how it's any of your business.
Oh, very protective, aren't we?
I mean, I
I'm
just
sure you
met
open up
you.
to specific people, don't you? Well, what is a better way to become less strangers, more friends, than to share our intimate thoughts with one another?
Are you wanting to be friends with us?
But of course, as your friend Maeve said, you don't have many friends, do you? And she was correct.
She said
have
I
a few
didn't have friends.
Oh no, she said that about me. But maybe she could be true about you too. I'm not one to judge. But she seemed too nice to say that out loud. Anyway, you, little Kiply, you're very mysterious. And you had a very different reaction to me earlier. Not many people try to belittle the person who killed a god. So, what is your deal? What makes Kiply turn?
I don't
She kind of cocks her head to the side curiously.
have an answer for that. I don't really know what it is you're
What is
looking
your
for.
motivation, darling? Why are you doing all of this?
I'm looking for
Yes.
people that I can be with, people that
In marriage?
yes,
Oh, you scandal. Which one is your favorite?
all of
And she
them
kind of scoots up
except
next
that
to you.
one.
All of them except which one?
That one.
Which one? You're not pointing at anything.
She points towards Pearl.
Pearl's not there.
The really pretty one.
You're all pretty. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me
Alright, the
names.
one
Twist the
that knows
D.
she's pretty.
I think that is also the majority of them. They seem pretty confident. Well, confident, excuse me. But you're talking about Pearl? The blue one, right?
Sure.
Hmm. You don't like Pearl, do you?
She's already taken.
Ah, I see. Is that it? Is that the only reason?
You're really quite nosy, aren't you?
Extraordinarily so. I'm a bard, dear. It is our occupation to be nosy. How can you get the wonderful details to write the most magnificent songs and create the most everlasting relationships if you don't ask questions?
Can
And
I
how
ask
can
a
you make such
question?
good friends? Of course, you just did.
Are you part of any factions?
Infections. Be more specific. Do you mean Brotherhood?
I guess. Like the flower one. The flower whatever?
I'm gonna give you another shot at that. Because you were really close, but I don't want to mansplain it. Or I guess it'd be womansplain it in this case.
I'm probably not going to get it right the second time.
I believe in you.
Give me 1 second while I reboot my
Ghibli opens
Discord
a notebook
memory.
that has a little Discord note. You hear
The
Ghibli has joined the channel.
Floors Alliance?
There you go. See, look at that. You got it second try, no problem. You did look into that notebook though for some reason.
It's a
Yes, the
children's
Flores
book.
Alliance. I am not in the. Oh, it's a children's book. I am not in that. No, I am not one to be a part of something. People cannot own me.
Are you a mercenary?
uh, in a way, I guess. This is not my primary line of work.
What type of payments do you take?
Payments? Oh,
What
well,
makes you want to take a job?
the amount of gold, how interesting it is, who is asking it, if they have any connections to those I know, the quality of drugs the quality of drugs they're offering. Don't know why I started on that. You guys are cool. Things like that, yeah.
Hmm.
If they're related to someone powerful, you know.
Oh,
Like if
Maeve's
somebody, let's
related to
say,
someone powerful.
yeah, exactly. If you said like go kill a leader of the Dabala family, like I would be interested because that's an interesting job. Don't know if I would do it because that would be a hassle, but you know.
Has anyone ever asked that of you?
Oh, people have asked me many things. It's the main reason why I don't like hanging around Paradise Peak. Well, that and the fact that the massive flesh island follows me everywhere I go, but that is not, you know, a concern
What's
for
that?
now.
Flesh? What's the flesh island?
You know, it's like an island made of flesh. Consumes everything in its path.
Oh no, no, I don't believe I've heard of that before.
Hey, it's not really a common thing. There's only one.
And you've seen it.
Oh yes, it follows me around quite frequently.
Why?
The man who pilots it is obsessed with me,
I mean,
head over heels.
I can see why, but what is
Oh,
he planning to do?
I think he wants to marry me or something. Or that or kill me, but I can't really figure out which one.
So it's like an entire island of just like
Oh yeah.
rolling, bubbling flesh. Is it like a creature?
Mhm. Uh, yeah.
Who's the guy?
Hey, you wouldn't know him.
Probably not, but
You
I
wouldn't
know
want to know him.
you. If anything, knowing your name will help me avoid him.
I don't know his name to per se. I just know his title.
Oh, sounds very prestigious.
He's not. He's very dangerous.
How does he find
Also,
out about you?
honey, 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 come on. If you're somebody, you know me. At least rumors of me. You may not know me, but you know of me. I killed the daughter of the strongest being alive. Most people either want to kill me, or meet me to kill me. It's mainly the second part, which kind of sucks because I don't get to have a lot of conversations like these.
Hmm. Well, it's good to meet you.
It is great to meet you too. Just Kipling.
She kind of gives a little smirk. I don't think you'd know the rest.
I, you'll never know something unless you ask a question.
She
The
just
answer is always no until it is yes.
traces her finger along the boards beneath her in like abyssal for her last name, her clan name.
Oh, she looks down at it, looks up at you. Oh, oh, I do know you. I
Really?
don't know you personally, but I know you're kind. No offense, but I thought you were a stink.
I have to admit, I'm a little surprised.
It's not really something to be surprised about. A lot of people know about you. Not specifically you again, but you know, your people. Or what's left of them.
If it's all the same, if I could take one thing away from you,
Be my gorgeous rack. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can continue.
it is pretty, but maybe if you just kept that to yourself.
Oh, you just don't know me. That's something, that's a very low bar. Like, people ask great boons of me. Some people will ask me to do heroic feats for little to nothing. And you just want me to keep a little secret? No problem.
She holds up her pinky.
Oh, that is adorable. Do people still do this?
That's the only way I know.
Okay, then. She holds out her pinky to you.
Ghibli just taps it against it.
It will be our little secret.
Thank you.
Of course. I think you're on a mission for your family.
Not really.
Oh,
That's kind of been cut, those ties.
hmm. Well,
But I have new friends now.
she kind of looks at you deeply into your eyes for a second. You have a strange presence about you. Do you know that?
Really?
It is. I took it for naivety at first, but it is. There's something different. She kind of gives you a soft smile. I think you're going to become very interesting in the future.
And I have to take your word for it.
She stands up. Well, Miss Kumarata, my word is all you have. Gives you a wink. Have a nice night. Time to go search the halls for blood. Oh, hi, Maeve. Time to go kill the marrow around.
But not the one with the,
Time to go
to
find
avoid the one.
Zarbar, the dead man. Time, and you just hear her singing off as she walks away. All right. Last call. Anything else from anyone? Going once. Going twice. Sold to me. Okay. And with that, I'll go hit the long rest button. But
Yeah.
before we jump to
Oh.
the next day,
Oh.
Kipley,
Oh.
as you fall into slumber, you find yourself awakening in a very familiar place. As you open your eyes to see the same river crossing the beautiful void lit by the moon, which is full. Moonlight dancing across, the lovely bone orchard in the distance. All those trees staring out over the horizon line. And you find yourself sat down right by the flowing water. And as you look over, you see there's someone sat down next to you. The same shadowy figure of which you're accustomed to seeing when you're inside of this strange, dreamlike domain. They're not necessarily looking at you or seeming like they're expecting conversation, but they're just kind of staring out into the water as well.
She kind of stays the way she is, kind of curled up, but then she just kind of reaches a hand forward and just kind of rests it as if on their knee.
They turn, look over.
You all right?
Cocks the head to the side.
Are you asking if I'm all right, Kipling?
Oh.
Worried about me?
She immediately sits up and kind of skittles back a few feet. Sorry.
Take me for Ezrin. I didn't know I could be so masculine.
It's been a long day.
I know. I've been watching. Wonderful things you've done tonight. Truly exquisite. The creatures that you've brought.
She gestures over, and you see next to the 2 trees that you had sprung up after your fight in Garen's Crossing. You notice there's a very large new addition. 11-foot tall bone tree, to be exact. Slight blue encrusting on the sides, almost like morning frost.
I'll cherish this site. Adds new elements to this rather stagnant place. But I know you didn't come here to talk to me. I'll give you a few minutes for your well-deserved gift, we'll call it.
Thank you.
Any objections?
Can I ask you one thing?
Oh, my dear, you can ask me many things.
What happens to them? She gestures towards the trees.
Yes? What would you like to know?
What happens to them?
Are you sure you'd like to know that question? The answer might not be to your liking.
She is quiet for a long moment, kind of thinking it over. Not tonight. No. I'll find Ravinica, I promise.
I know you will. And your task awaits you. Your glorious purpose. But until then, you may need a helping hand along the way. No?
I could use 6.
I'm willing to make you another deal. Would you be interested in seeing your brother in the flesh again?
Yes.
Temporarily, of course. I'm not quite done with him yet. He's not served his purpose, just as you have not fulfilled your own. But I'm willing to put a step forward, as one would say, in the right direction. You help me, I help you. We help each other. That's what we both want, Ghibli.
You'll give me Ezrin back.
Briefly, you can call upon my power, and he will assist you when you need him. He already watches over you, but now he can protect you. All you have to do is ask.
Do you think there'll ever be a time that you'd give him back entirely?
Let's not look too far ahead, my dear.
All right, yeah.
Think about Ravinica first. Then we can talk. Sound good?
Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me yet. Keeping you alive is serving a purpose. A mere means to an end.
Wait, what do I call you?
Ooh, Ghibli. I've already said this once this evening. Are you sure you really want the answers to these questions?
What?
Knowing can sometimes be a burden. Knowing means that you can't go back. You'll never be able to forget. You'll be haunted by what you know, and others will be haunted by you.
All right. So ignorance for now.
I know the real reason you ask, dear. Roll. And a witch asked you. She's the one that let you into my domain first. I can smell her all over you. You reek of arcana.
Yeah, she put this fucking thing on me. She like pulls down her shoulder shirt.
Soon, my dear. For now, while you may not know my real name,
And she reaches down, kind of begins to sift her hand for the dark black sand alongside the beach. And you watch as she reaches her hand far enough to like elbow deep in and looks up towards you. Gestures for you to put yours under as well.
Oh, she hesitates for a moment, but then she does so.
As you stick your hand into the cool, smooth black sand, you can feel it pass through with no resistance. That strange beady feeling of thousands of different sand particles drifting past your arm begin to slowly compress it down until you reach elbow deep and you can feel a lock. A single strand of something beneath the surface. As you grasp onto it, you watch as she pulls her hand away. And as you pull your hand up, you see there's a small little sapling in the palm of your hand.
I give life to things, just as I take away life from others, and from which life becomes.
She taps the sapling, and it begins to spurt. And in the palm of your hand, you watch as a tiny bone tree emerges.
Death. You know well as I do, Kipley. Death doesn't always mean the end, nor does it mean loss necessarily. The Bone Mother watches over you for now, but perhaps.
She pauses. And she takes your small sapling out of your hand and places it into the black sand beside her.
Perhaps when this tree grows, you'll be ready to understand fully who and what I am, and what your purpose is for me. Does that sound like a deal?
Thank you. It's a deal.
Wonderful. Now please, rest. You've had a long day.
You can feel your mind slipping away from the landscape, slowly drifting into a peaceful sleep. And you can all go ahead, lock down that long rest button. Just before we do, Maeve.
Yeah.
No, don't that.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Push up number 987.
In the midst of your trance, you can feel another presence. Something outside of your own mind beginning to not necessarily try and invade, but approach you, reach out to you. You feel almost an open hand asking to be taken.
Things playing in people's minds. That shit doesn't sound safe. I look around. Do I see anything or anyone?
Mm, nope. You saw Evelyn walk out of the cave entrance a little while ago to go patrol. Everyone else gone to sleep inside the ship. You're the only person left in Landsharkia.
I'll hesitantly take the hand.
Wonderful. Maeve dies. No.
No!
As you take this invitation, a voice enters your mind. Maeve, darling, we have much to discuss. How much time do you have?
Do I know who the fuck is talking in my head?
Not a voice you recognize.
Who are you? And why now of all times?
Oh, this is not important. We have much to discuss. Do you have time now or not? I'm on a very tight schedule.
Oh, I have time.
Wonderful. Her Majesty has words for you, but cannot yet fully reach out to you because you are so weakly linked to her that she can barely even perceive you with her own eye. Therefore, she has sent me in her stead to address you about your recent uh, upbringings, I guess you could say. I don't know exactly what your awakened culture is. However, you have come into interest of the monarch of mischief, and she has sent me to reach out a warm and welcoming hand. She has many questions for you, and I, if you don't mind, would like to take some of your answers.
Sure.
Wonderful. This will be quick for both of us. As somebody who has been awakened by the monarch of mischief's power, do you feel an extra surge for chaotic events?
No.
Do you feel like you want to become
Oh wait, hold
perhaps
on. Before I say that, hold on. What's
yeah,
my alert? Okay, cool. I'm neutral good. No, I don't. Uh,
wonderful.
sorry.
Do you feel like you could become a pacted warlock of the monarch of mischief if that is something that would interest you?
No.
Do you feel like you could sell your soul for great power that is unfathomable to the human race?
No.
Do you feel like you want to become someone stronger than the others around you?
Yes.
Do you feel that the power you desire cannot be achieved by your own hands?
No.
Why do we even bother with half of these righteous? I'm sorry. Um,
Good questions to be fair.
and do you, Maeve Dumbala, value the lives of those around you more than others? Or do you see all as equal?
You just want yes or no? That seems like a very complex
Yes,
question.
yes or no would make it the simplest. I'm required to listen to whatever you say, but the shorter the better. I have many of these
Ah,
to do.
you shouldn't have told me that. Um, dude,
When will you wear
I
wigs? There you go.
I do value some lives more than others.
Oh.
They typically are
Mm,
confined to Paradise Peak. I
yeah.
do not care for the whole of everybody. It's not my responsibility.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark down yes. And do you feel the power given to you by the artifact of the Monarch of Mischief has increased from your previous reawakening?
Yes.
Thank the gods. All right, well, thank you for this quick and yet brief interview. I may or may not be reaching out to you again soon. Thank you for your time.
Hey, before you go, tell your mistress, you said the Monarch of Chaos.
Mischief, madam.
Mischief. I'm sorry. Mischief. If she's feeling mischievous enough to provide the location for a few things I'm looking for, I'd love to talk to them.
Trying to extort a monarch for information. Many have tried, many have failed, my dear.
Ex- I'm asking. I can't extort her for anything. I'm just asking.
I can feel your trickery and mischievous nature already setting in. The
I
artifact
mean,
must have worked.
she likes mischief, and it would be mischievous
I
to
will reach
give me
out
the route.
specifically to her, see if she is open to a conversation. But she is rather busy, and she has many important people to attend to.
So the likelihood of her
That
reaching
makes
out is little close to null.
Well, I guess she'll force you to talk on her behalf then.
Have a wonderful evening.
Oh, change the.
You feel the presence is already gone.
Okay. Yeah. I guess
Oh.
technically she does feel more mischievous and chaotic.
Unironically, yeah, it's already
Yeah.
worked. About half an hour later, Rictus.
Yes.
Hello.
He's just kind of looking around in the room.
Is this Rictus? Your name is so hard to say. Rictus Nordrum the third. Who has that as a
No.
name? Rictus,
Yes.
can you hear me? Is this thing on?
I'm not the third.
Are you the second? The third? Why do we have the third written down?
Who is this?
Who is this? Are you
Rictus
Rictus
Nordrum the
Nordstrom?
seventh.
The seventh. Oh, darling, your handwriting makes the seven look like a three. Fuck me. All right, pleasure to meet you, Rictus. I am reaching out on behalf of the Monarch of Mischief. As you've recently acquired a reincarnation, or as some would say, reawakening, due to her beautiful powers and ever-knowing benevolence, as she has gifted you, her mischievous and chaotic nature, I just have a few questions related to that. Do you have time to talk?
I guess.
Wonderful. So, since your reawakening, do you feel the urge to cause more chaos and mischief in the world?
No,
I will
I
put
don't.
that as a yes. Do you
What?
feel like you have become innately more powerful since your rebirth?
I don't know about innately. I feel a little stronger.
I will mark that as yes as well. Do you feel that you value lives of certain people closer to you than others in the world?
Yes.
I will mark that as yes. Wonderful. If you had the choice, my darling, if you could get unfathomable power out of this world, out of this realm, you could say, would you take it to bind yourself in a contract with the Monarch of Mischief?
That doesn't sound like a very good deal to me, honestly. So I'd say no.
There was no deal part. I just asked if you would go into a contract with them.
No.
I will mark that as maybe. All right, and if you could choose between having yourself being held with unfathomable power or your little trinket, Rupert, with unfathomable power, which one would that be?
I'd probably choose myself.
Very interesting and chaotic. Thank you very much. This has been the Monarch of Mischief's current messenger. I will speak to you shortly. Thank you for
Where
your
are
time,
you
Rictus.
at?
I cannot disclose such information. That would be very chaotic. For no reason. Mischief is mischief, but we cannot just be giving out details like that, honey.
Oh.
Do not worry about it. You have served your purpose. Continue your rest.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Mustang.
A solicitor.
Can you go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, great. Okay.
This is, by the way, this is just based off pure stats of whether or not someone can physically pass this or not.
How's a dirty 20?
Dirty 20?
Damn, I'm rolling like a
That'll do.
monster tonight.
You feel a presence try and reach out to you, and you have the choice to either resist it or you have the choice to ignore it. Or resist, excuse me, or resist or let it in.
There's no vibes.
Not really. It doesn't feel like an attack spell, the bare minimum.
Mustang's gonna reach in his pouch. He's gonna pull out 1 gold. He's gonna flip the coin.
Oh my god.
He looks at it. And he's like, "Ah, okay," and he's gonna let the thing in.
Oh, it's the perfect candidate. Already chaotic. Well,
after you flip the coin, you hear, "Oh, what a wonderful choice, my darling. I'm so happy you chose to do it in that way." She is very pleased. Do you have a moment to talk, Mr. Oh, you're currently going by Mustang Strum. Honey, please fix your handwriting. It's awful. I,
It's
is that correct?
plural, plural. You can't
Mustang
strum one.
Strums?
Yes. Now, I gotta ask, what are you doing in my noggin right now?
Interesting take. I'm here to ask you a few questions. Do you have the time?
He's gonna look around the dusty captain's quarters. Yeah, I got a minute.
Wonderful. Do you find yourself, if you could, putting it into words, a chaotic being? Someone who could promote mischief? Mayhem?
Sometimes.
Mm. I
Only
will mark that
sometimes.
down as yes. Do you see yourself as someone who could enter a pact with a monarch of mischief to gain more mischievous and powerful spells?
Potentially.
I'll mark that down as yes. If you could see yourself wielding forces beyond this world and comprehension for but a price, what would that price be in your mind?
Uh, 1 gold.
Interesting. Darling, she said 1 gold. Have we heard that one before? Oh, someone said a copper. Did we ever call back? No, we didn't. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Interesting answer. I'll mark that down as maybe. Do you have in your possession, either in your mind, body, or soul, have the need to protect others more than the rest of the world around you?
Uh, Definitely. Some people
Oh,
deserve to be.
honey, she's a perfect candidate. We have to say it. But wait. Oh, yeah, no. I thought it was Mustangy. It's just Mustang Strums. Well, it don't bother me. They're dust. I can't tell if they're female, male, or whatever they are. No,
Be whatever you
they're not.
fancy.
Oh, honey, they're saying great, they're whispering wonderful things to my ear. Oh, sorry, I just on a call with somebody else at the same time. One moment. We're going to be reaching out to you shortly with a bit of a callback. Would this be of interest to you?
If I am perhaps in such a mood that I am in now, then perhaps I will.
I'll mark that down.
If the need strikes me.
You have a wonderful night.
You too. You seem like a very dapper individual. Could I perhaps get your name, since you know mine? It's only fair.
Mm, darling, are we feeling chaotic?
Uh,
Go
a
ahead,
little
flip
bit.
that coin again.
Okay.
Go ahead,
And
and
he'll
roll me a
right.
d4.
Okay.
1 or 2, it's a yes. 3 or 4, it's a no.
Okay. Let's get it, baby. Oh, damn it! It's a 4.
No. Another day, perhaps.
It was worth a try. And he'll put the gold away.
But a price for a gold piece, as you said. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
And as that voice leaves your mind, you fall back into a peaceful sleep. Uh, you are visited by another dream slash
Oh
vision
God.
that is far different than what you previously experienced. Not quite a flashback, not quite your own body, but you feel heavy weight on your shoulders. Your
Ugh.
vision is dark. You can sense something important is happening. You can hear screams, men calling out to one another, screaming, panicking, sounds of something crumbling, falling, crushing, killing, people around you in an absolute frenzy. And you are standing, holding something. Feel cold, unmoving, still, but cold. heavy breaths, each one filling your lungs with dust. Black powder sifting through your skin. You open your eyes for one moment, and all you can see is rock. And then darkness. And in that darkness, you see a small flame, a spark. Ignite something. An ember, a coal, a small bit of burning material. Can't quite make out exactly what it is. But you see it alight, begin to smolder. And that's when you fall into a peaceful dream, a peaceful sleep.
Damn.
Menif!
Hi.
Everybody's getting some tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Mammoth, as you fell into a peaceful sleep, voices reach out to you, but you find yourself reliving a pleasant memory. You out staring at a beautiful starry night back home, chasing Bruce for a small bit of undergrowth, running for the midnight cooling and chilling air. You can feel the wind kind of burning your face slightly as you duck beneath the bushes to avoid it. See Bruce look back at you with a playful glance before hopping away, and you chasing after him. And after seems like hours passing by in mere seconds, you're already standing at the top, the summit of the small hill that was once graced by your previous island. As you sit up top with Bruce by your side, you look up at the stars. You begin to count different constellations out, one by one, forming stars together, in a pattern forming what looks like to be a mini frog. Not really, but you'd like to imagine it. As you look at Bruce and look at the stars, a warmth fills you in the cold night. You don't feel any fear towards the elements. As you kind of bundle up against the ground, Bruce kind of slumping against you, and both of you falling asleep in a beautiful and peaceful way. Reese,
Hello.
are you back? Hey, there you are. You too feel a presence knocking at your door. Your mental door, that is.
Her mind's fairly uncrowded at the moment, so she welcomes another voice eagerly. She feels lonely.
Risha Amos? Risha Amos, is this you?
Yes.
Wonderful, my darling. How are you?
I am living.
Glad to hear it. I have a few questions regarding your recent reawakening. Do you have time?
Yes.
Wonderful. Since your reawakening, have you felt yourself feeling chaotic, mischievous, and or feeling like you need to create something that you didn't want to create before?
I usually feel fairly chaotic.
Wonderful. I'll mark that down as yes, and put an extra check mark on that. Have you feel or felt currently in the past, maybe in the future, that you entering into a pact with a creature from another world to gain more mischievous or chaotic power would be of your interest?
It's nothing I have never considered it before.
I will mark that down as a yes. Do you
It was
value
an
lives of others over those near to you?
no.
I will mark that down as a definite no. Do you have the feeling to create a better, more peaceful world?
Not really.
Oh, thank goodness, yes. I'll mark that off. All right, and if you had to give up something for wonderful powers beyond your wildest dreams, what would it be?
If you're referring to my soul, it's basically lost me at this point anyway.
It could be anything, my darling. Does not have to be a soul. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? If it is a soul, that's fine. Is it your soul?
I just figured that's what you were asking for.
I'll just mark down soul. It's fine. Wonderful. And you, Risha Amos, have you felt more innately powerful after exquisitely reawakening underneath the monarch of Mischief's power?
I feel more powerful, yes.
Wonderful. Mark that down as a yes again. With all of the questions and your answers to them in this conversation, does a callback interest you at all regarding any potential future investments and or relationships with the monarch of Mischief?
I would need some time to think on it.
In time you will have, my dear.
Hmm.
Wonderful. Have a stupendous evening, my darling. Ta-ta. Feel the presence leave your mind.
Bye. Bye.
And with that, everyone gets the long rest and we wake up in the morning. As you all wake up, Misty reads back. I love those answers so much. Do you want to make the world a better place? No. Fuck that. Um, as you all wake up, as you look at each other, those who are immediately around each other, you can see the golden effects of your previous reawakening are beginning to dim. Still there, because it takes roughly about 24 to 48 hours to fully go away. Still there, but nowhere near as bright, nor as golden as they were previously. You'll wake up, you see that Evelyn is sitting cross-legged in the middle of the docks and just is eating what looks like to be. It's not immediately discernible, but it could be crab, as there's just a massive crustacean leg in her lap, and she is just breaking the shell open and eating the meat out raw. As you all kind of gather around for breakfast, eating your rations, she just chomps on the leg, looking at all of you. So how did it go? How was your sleep? Anything interesting happen? She looks over towards Maeve.
No.
Are you sure anything interesting didn't happen at all?
Nope. Pretty standard workout.
Mm-hmm. Looks around to rest of you. And how is everyone else? How are we feeling today? Energized, wonderful, ready to take on the day? Don't leap all at once to answer the question.
Are we all here?
Mhm. The only one that's not
I
currently with you
guess
is Pearl.
I made a strange deal with another worldly being to bring him a body,
Oh,
and I feel like I need to live up to that.
an otherworldly being, you say?
Yeah.
Did Reese
Some
make a
sort of.
pact with somebody?
No, it's not what I mean.
It
He's
certainly sounded like it.
She scratches her head a couple times. Looks over the ship's railing or wherever we're sitting, I suppose, at the body's laying down. I think he needs a live body.
Hmm. Oh, are you talking about the little one?
No, I brought a strange parasitic creature to Nordstrom, and
Oh,
he mind linked me or astral projected me somehow, and I spoke with this thing, and it's not of our Earth,
oh,
but he doesn't
from
have
different
his body.
planes.
Yes,
Hmm.
and he doesn't have his body, and he would like one, so we could find his body. Anyways, that's complicated.
Do you need new parts?
I do need new parts.
I mean, we kind of killed a lot of creatures here.
She looks over at them. They're not the parts there. They're not what I need next. That's okay, but thanks, Kipley.
What parts do you need? Maybe we can keep an eye out.
Scratches her head a couple times. Small parts.
Mole, like Momaul, Mo. I don't know what that word means.
Don't know if you know how to spell that word.
Small?
Oh, small.
Small.
Small. All right.
Small.
Like
Kind of like you said, mall, like you like a mall somebody.
that's what I thought you meant. So like hand size.
Like
Like a
mammoth
child.
sized.
What?
But
Oh,
not mammoth.
What?
do you have any siblings, man?
No.
Oh, shame. Well, unfortunately, I believe this is where our paths divide, as you can say. Um, the longer that I stay with all of you, the more danger that you will be in, and I've grown to like some of you, and others of you, you know who you are. Nevertheless, I gathered up all of the heads. They're at the doorstep. Just take at them. Some of them are more damaged than others, but it should be more than enough to get your gold worth of them. I will be heading out. Um, I hope we get to cross paths sometime in the future.
What?
You are all not that bad. Some of you, those who you know you are, were alright. But most of you weren't bad.
Kippy's eyes are like bouncing between the group.
Well, to my parting. Is it really the six? There's like seven of you, and it keeps bothering me that you have that.
How are you leaving?
Well,
Yeah, just out of curiosity. Just wondering if you're leaving the same way we are.
no, no. I am leaving this by myself specifically because I'm turning into that creature again, and I can't bring you with me doing that. You would all drown and die.
All right. Thank you. It's
Of
nice to
course.
meet you.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Kipley, Maeve, Stang, Rictis, Reese, no, Risha, and she stares at Mammoth. M- May, ooh, Mummoth.
Mm-hmm.
Reese stands up from where she was sitting cross-legged and walks over to her and holds out a hand to shake.
And she takes it and shakes it back. Well,
Thank you
I
again.
wish you all a wonderful journey, and try not to get eaten alive on your way back up to the surface.
What would eat us alive?
What would eat you alive? I killed the giant crab that was sitting down the hall earlier.
Oh,
It's the ocean. Most things want to eat you, piss on you, or poop on you. It's not a very nice place. Well, on that lovely note, ta-ta. May our paths cross again. Or maybe they won't. Either way, remember what I have said to those who I have said them to. She gives a look towards Kipley and Maeve. Bye-bye. And you hear as she begins to play her violin, walking down towards the air bubble. So, with all of your heads collected and your mission complete here, what would you guys like to do?
Kipling
We
would.
gotta go get those heads.
We do have to get those heads.
She dropped the heads off to you.
Oh, look, here they are.
You literally look around the corner, there's just a stack of heads. I believe I wrote it down, the items. Yep. 25 marrow heads in total.
Reese would have
Oh.
put the heads.
That's 25 counting the 10 that you already
Reese
have.
was cutting them off. She would have just put them in her vassalship token. I have a question though.
Mhm.
Um. Does A need a live body or can it be dead? I didn't realize. I don't know if I ever asked him that question.
You lagged the hell out. Run that by me again, Chief.
Technically. Does A
Oh my god.
a recently deceased one count?
Damn it. Does a what?
Oh, fuck.
You literally cut out the perfect time for what you're trying to ask. Does a what need a dead body?
Does A need a live
A.
body or can it be deceased?
Okay. A said that they wanted an alive one. They needed an alive
Okay,
host.
this is what I thought I recalled. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I need to go find some poor soul.
You cut out the perfect time to it sounded like you're saying a blank. And I was like, what?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
what? What is she trying to say?
Okay,
Who fell down
that's
the
good.
well?
That's settled.
Yes, who?
You? No, not you. Me. Who? Me?
No,
You?
who fell down the well?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Awesome. Well, speaking of falling down stuff, what would you guys like to do? You have the one exit, excuse me, the one entrance that leads upwards, and you have the one exit that leads to the bubble. Which would you like to go for? The bubble you can try and climb out, but as you know,
Last time you went there, there was a vortex that sucked you down to the bottom of the ocean. And topside tunnel is unexplored at the moment.
Should we go up?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I say if we get through that bubble that we came in, we still got the whole ocean above us that we got to get through.
Begin to head up. After about 15 minutes of walking, you come to another stop, and it's a minor cave entrance that looks familiar to some of you. And those two being Mammoth and Maeve, some of the only two people who didn't immediately get dragged down to the depths while you're initially passing by this. This is the entrance that all of the land sharks stopped at, as this was the start of what should have been uh, the Marrow encounter. And you can see there is a similar bubble that is leading out of the cave back into the ocean.
As they're heading towards that area, Kipperly would kind of shuffle her way up towards Maeve and kind of just walk beside her for a minute before she just kind of looks up at her and, "Are you all right?"
Maeve looks down. Yes. Why do you ask?
I mean, I kind of want... I want to thank you.
What for?
You didn't want to... You didn't want to follow through with the plan, but you did anyways.
Oh. Was paramount to surviving. Although I don't super like the recklessness, the lack of thought, the lack of consideration when it comes to doing things, and the sheer following of impulse and desire. At least until the objective is complete, I have a responsibility to ensure that you all stay alive to the best of my ability.
Why?
Because that was the responsibility. That's the role that I fit. I am a defender by practice, by uh, profession. And it is the utility that I provide and lend to a group.
So,
If I don't take hits and blows, other people do, and they die.
so you're really here just out of personal duty?
I thought I was here for more. And I thought that I was here because you all are amazing people, and that hasn't changed. But I have things that I need to accomplish, things that I need to do, and I'm not certain that if the party continues as it is now, that I'll be able to do it in this space. We have relied on luck far more than I would like to. And for the reality of what we faced and gone through, it doesn't seem that the harshness has settled in.
How many times
People.
have you gone down?
Sorry, go ahead. I'm say it one more time. I didn't hear.
How many times have you gone down?
Oh, dude. I don't. I think what like is the first time I went down the time I got killed, or is it I've gone down more than that?
You've gone down
Yeah,
twice.
twice. Okay. Uh, twice, I believe. I died one of them, but it's my job not to go down. So at least I've been doing that fairly well.
I think I've gone down quite a bit more.
You know.
I don't know if it's really fair for you to say we don't understand the harshness of it.
I feel like you may be the only individual that does, and it still perplexes me. I don't. I don't know. And she'll like stop walking and just give the full attention to the conversation. We, I witnessed and watched as you. I don't get the following of impulse, the doing just whatever the whim would desire, the not the almost lack of self-preservation in certain situations. We didn't know that the marrow were there. We wouldn't have known the marrow were there if we had an ounce of self-preservation to leave, to regroup, to think about it, to be safe. Got lucky that they were there. Got lucky that you didn't die again. That Rictus didn't die again. That's not talent or ability. It's luck.
Perhaps some of
Many
us
of
have more faith in those around us than you do. Just because you have a utilitarian viewpoint on the things that you do doesn't mean we're abiding by it.
you're right. You're absolutely correct. My concerns do not. It's just what I feel, and that can just kind of be what it is. Maybe
Here
it'll
from the back of the
continue.
group. I mean, I think it's still valid that Maeve brings up her good points.
Wait,
Should have waited longer.
this is Pearl.
It's bro, yeah.
She come up from behind us.
She's been straggling behind you, yeah. I think just saying that that's not her problem is a little bit insensitive, as she's trying to be all of you guys' shield, both from stupid decisions and physical blows. And while she can't do all of that at once, she's trying. But that's just my opinion.
Reese seems particularly aggravated as she had parts of the conversation between Maeve and Kipley. She just huffs really like frustratedly at Pearl and like brushes past Maeve and then stomps off.
Drama.
Good talk. Okay.
Kipley just kind of, she doesn't turn around as Pearl's talking. She just kind of stays exactly where she's at, but her shoulders tense just a bit more.
Well, we still have one more scroll of water breathing, right?
Yeah.
Are we making a swim for the surface?
Are any of the land sharkings nearby to assist the swim up?
I haven't seen any of them. Reggie wasn't there when I woke up.
Reese turns around and comes back. You know what? You know what, Maeve? You want to know why I wanted to go in there? You want to know why I wanted to help her get her instrument back? Do you want to know the reasoning? Do you want to know everything? Do you want to know? And do you want to understand?
Certainly, yes.
My sponsor told me that she could help me release the souls that I accidentally bound to Minion. And I'm not talking about a couple souls of people that wanted to exist inside of this little flesh creature that I had so whimsically built one evening. There were hundreds of souls, some that I ripped from their peace in the afterlife and stuffed them into Minion. Something that I didn't mean to do, something that I maybe needed more knowledge on, but he gave me her name because she could help me release them and let them go. And I so badly wanted to do that, Maeve. I had no other thoughts in my head than the 1,000 souls that swarmed me, asking and begging for release. So yeah, I stormed in there and I helped her get her instrument back so she could help me and help those. Some of those souls I took from their original lives. I did that to them, and it's the least I could do was return them to the afterlife that they deserved. So you call it emotional, and you call it short-sighted, you call it whatever you want. But my motivations are not invalid. And now Minion's gone. And I don't know what to do about it. But my mind, it's more clear than it's been in a long time. Without all these different characters taking up my space, I can think more clearly. I can breathe for myself again. And just shrugs her shoulders and wipes the tears away from her eyes.
Kipley's eyes just kind of bounce between Reese and Maeve.
Uh, Maeve has a very kind of stoic look down towards Reese, who's emotional. Um, I'm not in the business of invalidating anybody's reasons for why they do what they do. It's good that you've accomplished what you desired to accomplish, and that you've resolved one personal matter. If it unfortunately brings another, um, but in the pursuit of trying to do something for self, you unknowingly put everyone else that's always been here to help, or at least since we've been together, shown that they would desire to help. Your motivations are your own, even in this pursuit to give body to this thing that may become a issue later on. It is your pursuit, it is a thing that you desire to do, and against better judgment, I haven't made an attempt to stop it, right? Because that's what you want to do. And it's important that you fulfill your desires, but it can't come at the cost of the people that are willing to help you. If there's going to be something like this, just let us know. I don't want for you to bear the potential guilt of losing more souls trying to rectify something you did as an accident, or whatever the case may be. I'm glad that you figured it out. I'm sorry about Minion. I just know that your lives, all of your lives, are important, and no personal desire should snuff it out or be the reason that it's cut short.
Why?
I mean, if
Because
you. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you can go.
No, please, please go.
No, you
Telling
hang
you
up.
that first of all, we didn't have time to talk about this as we floundered in the hallway of 24 unidentified creatures. And perhaps we could have turned around, sure. And I had my motivations, let's let it, we can call it whatever you want. You can call them personal desires or otherwise. But you, with all of your heroism and all of your good in you, would you not say you would have preferred to risk your life to release the souls of hundreds of people? Is your life, or the chance of risking it or otherwise, you would put yourself ahead of that? Was that not its own personal motivation to not get in the way? To not put yourself in danger so you could live? That is more selfish than anything I have done this evening.
It's not to put other people in the line of danger. It has nothing. What you did, I'm not disagreeing with the sentiment and the importance of giving relief to all of these souls. But you have people living, souls attached to their bodies, that are have no idea this is going on. I'm not saying that your sacrifice is ill or that your desire to do it was wrong. It's a good thing that you did. It's shitty that it came at the cost of leaving everyone else in the dark. I think you did the right thing. I think your desire to do what you did was correct. It was good. But if you want to do a thing for yourself, either let the people that you are with, that you have bonded with and created a party with know, or take that risk of your own accord.
It's just her shoulders relax a little bit, and she looks a little more defeated than before. I tried to just mention that it was important to me. But how was I supposed to say all of this? I'd been blatantly told not to by my sponsor. And I just... She looks to the ground. Oh, I can do better next time.
That's all that I ask. I will try to understand. Try to roll with it and await the explanation later on. If you have good reasoning for what you do, I just hope that, you know, I have to have faith, as you've stated.
Well, in the end, we all reawakened. So, in the point of becoming stronger as a group and for the things that you desire to do or have orders to do, I'm a little unsure about where your allegiances lie. At least there's that.
On that note, if we're maintaining honesty in that regard, the things that I desire to pursue, I'm not necessarily. Please don't take this incorrectly. I just feel like it's imperative that I be about the same business that I speak of. Um, I'm not going to ask any of you to help with it. Part of it is pride. Another aspect of it is legitimately the difficulty is a thriving aspect. There's a sentiment that I need to earn the things that I accomplish, um, and even in spite of the warning, I do not desire to involve you all in the type of world that is pursuing uh, a monarch of any variety. So these are things that I may be taking uh, by myself. Um, and I will ensure that if there's any danger that it brings to the party, that I'm first to head that danger and prepare myself to face it alone. Um, because your lives are valuable to me, and I don't desire to put them in any more danger than the party agrees together to take on. Don, why you roll that fucking what's that D100 for, buddy? The fuck was that D100 for?
I was looking for the oh no meme. We'll get to that when we get to that. Continue.
Maeve, I respect what you're saying. We're a team now. I see us as a team. So anything that you go through, we're there for you, and for everyone else that's here. Reese, Kipley, Mammoth, all of you, Mustang.
You
Pearl.
hear
Huh.
you see Pearl. No,
Pearl.
as soon as Pearl's not mentioned, she slinks back away. You hear footsteps walking down the hall.
Oh,
If either one of y'all were going into battle, I'd be right there by your side.
Quick tech question. How do I get Discord to reload?
oh, you're using the app. That always throws me off. Or sorry, the application.
Go ahead. Do you know right next to where the little sound button is, right where it shows like your earphone volume?
Yeah, yeah.
Click on the arrow next to that, and you should see the actual Discord icon pop up. It may look like a little green dot. It may look like the little Discord symbol. Do you see it?
Hmm.
Oh, I can screenshot it and show it to you.
We have technology.
I mean, it's, you know what? I just closed it and reopened it, and it's sort of loading. It's just probably just not going to happen for me.
You see that green dot on the bottom left?
Yep.
You have that on yours.
Mine doesn't look anything like that.
Does it look
Okay,
like a
show me
bubble?
what yours looks like. Yeah, it should be like either a bubble or it should show a mini Discord icon. And just right click that and close it.
Down my character on the left, like down by my personal image on the left.
No,
I think
No,
that's
no,
in
no,
the
no.
taskbar.
Yeah, it's in your
Yeah, in the
taskbar.
actual taskbar. You can also go into
Oh,
task
I'm
managers
sorry,
and
that's
just
what you mean.
yeah, you can just task managers close it.
Reese, I always feel so bad because when you have tech issues and they're in a platform and they look nothing alike, and you're just like, "Why
Yeah.
it doesn't look like that?" And we're like, "I'm so sorry."
What you got
It's
ain't
okay.
what I got.
You know what? I don't know what it is about my internet today. It's been god awful. I don't know how many times I disconnected. It's good. I reset it, so it's good.
Going for the fucking ringer.
I'm so sorry for your internet and technology.
Carry on. Sorry, Rictus.
No, it's fine.
Well, this was a good conversation. I feel like this is a real step forward.
Maybe a couple steps backward for Pearl. And he's gonna point behind him.
You don't see Pearl.
Yeah. Hey, okay, I gotta go find Pearl. While we're here in this moment, why does anyone specifically have an issue with my wife? Is there like
Kipley's hand just slowly raises.
What a
Re-
great
Reese-
platform.
Reese snatches her hand and like puts it back down beside her side.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we're getting things out in the open, you know. I quite
Okay.
like your wife, actually, but if Kipley, you have an issue, I think now's the time to air out the dirty laundry, so to speak.
Yeah,
Reese
I think
lets go of
she's
her
kind
hand.
What did Mammoth say?
Yeah, I think she's kind of annoying. But
Very
I don't
succinctly put.
really. I don't dislike her.
I mean, if
It's
we're
just
all just
we were all speaking honestly, so I thought I should say that.
gonna say it out loud, she looks to Pearl and then to Maeve. Sometimes I say things to your wife, but I mean, she's pretty and all, but I mean nothing by it. Sometimes it's like, let's call it a social test by the things that I say and how she reacts.
Loyalty test.
Are you
Not about
telling me
loyalty.
that you occasionally flirt with my wife? Is that what this is?
That is 100% Don't be concerned, but I trying to see if your wife is DTF.
I have, yes, but I want you to understand that it isn't for any other purpose than information. I am, in all things, a person of science.
Okay, well,
I fucked your
just
wife for science.
if it ever extends beyond that, just communication.
No,
We lived for a long time, so I'm not disillusioned with the ideal that she will maybe want other partners. It's
no,
just communicate.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
That feels somehow more offensive than just like
Shitting on
You
your
don't
wife.
want to fuck my wife?
No, okay, yeah, okay, cool. So for the purposes of science, you occasionally
Flirt with my wife.
exploit charismatic uh employees. Okay, cool. All right, that can cool. We're honest here. This is honesty circle. Kipley,
Yeah,
you've been pointed out multiple times.
I have.
Mm-hmm. Mustang said something, and then Reese put your arm down as you were raising it. I'm very perceptive. Um,
Truth.
Well, I mean, it
yeah.
isn't a secret exactly. This this beef is so thick. We could grill it.
Oh, why? What happened? Why do you two not? Why do you not? Why do you not like her? I feel like I've gotten the other perspective of it. Why don't you like my wife?
All right.
She abandoned
My
us.
wife. Okay, that's a fair sentiment.
We decided on something as a group, as a team, as friends. And she decided at the first sign of danger that that was too much, and she left. And then she came back. She was on beach holiday and expected all of us to treat her like she'd gone through the shit with us.
Also, I cut your wife's hair off and she blamed Kipley.
Yeah, I have it. Sorry.
What? So, I'm sorry. This is one after the other. One valid point, and then the fuckery that chased it. Why did you cut my wife's hair?
Your wife's annoying. I
Why?
want to fuck your wife. I really hate your wife. I took your wife's hair. The rebounds are insane. I'm sorry.
Why do you, Mammoth? What do you need her hair for? Could you possibly?
I don't know.
Just don't yell at the child. Hold on.
Reese gave it to me.
Why did you, Reese? Why did you give the child my wife's hair?
Hey, well, you remember when we were touching a couple minutes ago on my emotions and I do things sometimes rather on impulse? Okay, well now I have to backtrack because it wasn't necessarily impulse. Mammoth, one of the first days that I met him, mentioned that her hair was pretty and he asked very politely for it and she refused, and for some reason it stuck in my head and I wanted to cut it off and give it to him. And then she was drunk, like way past drunk, like out on the table, and the moment was there. So I seized the opportunity, and that is how that went down.
She set a boundary, and you were like, "Fuck the boundary! I'm gonna hop skip over that shit," and just took her hair.
But this isn't the problem. The problem is she just assumed it was Kipley and blamed her the entire time.
No, the wrong that I did
Okay.
is not the problem.
We'll get to that, and we can. put a pin in this one. Kipley, okay, you have the most valid of concerns in this sentiment currently. Um, I I understand that maybe the parading as if she'd been through the things with us is that that's not fair. However, this Paradise Peak is our home. When everything was going down with the jobs that were taken, to be fair, I was very sick. And so I didn't necessarily super agree with what was going on, but at that time, I'd asked you all to be a part of this collective, a part of this group. So I felt and feel oftentimes that because I asked, I'm responsible to stick through even with the not good decisions and the things that could get us killed before we do the very things that we aspire to do. She isn't necessarily on, wasn't in that same agreement. And because she lives here, the consequences of us fucking up, because at that point there was nothing to say that we'd be successful, was that he is permanently screwed in a space that she exists in, that is her home, and it becomes dangerous for her to live in her home. While I do have my own personal feelings about it, that perspective isn't an insane one to exist from. We were putting our heads out there doing something that was very dangerous, and to be fair, several one group did kind of not do so successfully and do their thing successfully. So it's not like she was too far off basis. Because following right
So,
after that was the attack on Dambala.
just so I understand it, what we decided as a group to do, and you went along with, was more dangerous than taking on a monarch.
That is something that I am doing, and I'm not asking you all to do.
You're fucking dumb. And she like kicks dirt on you and then walks past you and walks off.
You're fucking dumb.
Whoa,
Okay,
so much for this
no.
circle.
Yeah, that's one person slightly better with maybe, and another upset. Okay, so
Well,
overall, this conversation has net nothing, at least for me.
Okay, well,
I
I will take the time to apologize to your wife, and if I ever made her feel uncomfortable. So, sorry, bro.
Again, she's not there.
gone.
You've been addressing her. She's not here. She left
She said this
Yeah.
like 10 minutes ago.
somewhat sarcastically into the open air.
Yeah.
that that tracks. Okay. Cool. So convene here in like 5 minutes for the water breathing scroll. Hopefully. Okay.
I think the echo for that should carry.
Yeah.
Fine.
Convene here, convene here, convene here. For the water breathing, water breathing, water breathing. Scroll, scroll, scroll. This echo
Maurice
is weirdly split up.
rubs her face a little bit and shakes her head and walks over to beside Mustang. I don't know if that was useful.
I feel
Like
better.
like Maeve said, I think maybe it was a net neutral. Well, you know me, I'm Mr. Lightly impartial, but I see the wisdom on both sides.
Hmm.
It's good not to become slave to your feelings and your impulses, but also not to become so distant from them that you're not human anymore, because that's what makes us human.
Have you ever had souls cram inside of your skull and listened
Uh,
to every single one of them for 100 years?
No, I just have the one as far as I know, but I can see why that would be distracting.
Sometimes it's not about my emotions, and I feel more clear-headed than I have in a long time, which I feel grateful for in a lot of ways. But still, somewhat conflicted. I don't know. It's
Well,
strange
that's a lot.
to be so new.
I'm sure it's very quiet. But, again, I think perhaps net neutral as far as a whole, but between you and Maeve, I'm happy to see that perhaps you've absolved some of your differences and that going forward maybe we'll be more cohesive as a team, United we stand, divided we fall, that kind of thing.
Where did you hear that?
Oh, I don't know. I've been a lot of places, Reese.
Interesting. Well,
And it just from an outsider point of view, it was nice to learn some more about you and what you're going through. It gives me a newfound perspective and appreciation for your strength, Reese.
she scratches her head. Yeah, I usually don't share, especially in front of so many people. That just kind of took on a life of its own.
Well, maybe it was a good thing. I think it was a good thing. The better we understand each other, the better we can, serve one another and help each other.
Well, I don't know how much help standing around this cave will be any longer, so we should probably get going.
Agreed, but we still need Pearl and we still need Kipley. So we're on their schedule.
Hmm. What do you want?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think I just want to live a good life. One that I'll have lots of stories to tell and no stone left unturned. I'm just along for the ride.
How many people do we think would die if someone killed a monarch?
Ugh. I think I'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah. She looks over and towards Maeve. There's a bridge that we should be crossing.
A Mustang's gonna kind of just shrug. Maybe we won't cross it all. Who knows what's gonna happen? But that's why I said I'm just along for the ride. Just worrying about all these things, what's that gonna do for us right now? Nothing.
Yeah, the world's a grand place.
Would you have thought 100 years ago that you'd be where you are today?
No.
There you have it.
I don't exactly deserve to be where I am today.
Oh, don't say that, Reese.
She smiles sadly. It's not. Take it with a grain of salt, if you will, but I just have lived far too long. I met someone new when Minion left.
Did you? Did you like him?
Yeah.
Well,
His name's
whoa.
Damien.
Damien?
Yeah.
That name is antique, to say the
Hmm.
least. What do you know about Damien?
I know that he's a lost soul one of the ones that I accidentally grabbed from the astral sphere. Wait, I don't know what to call it. Wherever they were stuck, and I stuffed them into Minion. But sometimes you have to understand that there's so many in there that, you know, I could hear a few at a time, or sometimes a couple dozen, but I never heard them all or as individuals. I don't understand who they are, what their needs or desires were. It was just a fluctuating flow of emotions and chaos. Damien never got to speak. Not to me. He didn't know what to say. But I think in life, he didn't really